welcome everyone back to the next episode of Meet the Month, the mom or Meet the member of the month. This is Zoe. She is our mom for February, and so Zoe, I'm just gonna ask you several questions talking about your experiences throughout Circle K and your experience throughout the month of February, and that'll be it. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right. So for the first question, can you kind of just tell us about your Circle K journey from like when you first heard about the club until now?
Okay. So when I first heard about the club, I actually heard it through my good friend, one of my best friends, Rusty Tagorda. She, at first, I wasn't going to join, but she kind of insisted that I go with her because I was actually supposed to join another club, but that didn't pan out, and they met at the same time. So I was just like, you know what, I'll join. Didn't expect to see what I saw when I came into the meeting room for sure. A very just a welcoming vibe, um, and instantly, just I felt like that was a club that I could definitely kind of like jive with. So when I first joined the club, I have Rusty to thank really for introducing me to everyone. Um, and then kind of as I went through, I went through the motions of being a general member. I joined the public relations graphics team during the 2019 to 2020 term.
Hmm.
And that kind of led me to doing a lot of graphic design work for the club, which helped me transition into the position I'm in currently, which is the graphics and programs chair for CKS District Convention Committee. So that's where I'm at right now with the club. So I guess that's kind of like how my CKI journey went through.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. For the next question, how did it feel to, or how does it feel to be our mom for the February month? And were you expecting this at all?
It's kind of unreal. Of course, this would definitely hit differently if we were in person,
Right.
but I genuinely wasn't expecting it. Mostly because I've been kind of away from the home club for a bit, focusing more on district convention stuff. Um, so I really wasn't expecting becoming member of the month for February at all. So it was a pleasant surprise. I'm really humbled by the fact that like you think that the board thought that I was exceptional enough to be mom, but it was just like kind of an unreal experience, like learning, especially because I wasn't at the meeting that
Right.
announced that I was the member. So I just thought it was a very funny thing, especially because it was like the one meeting I missed this semester. So it was very ironic to me.
Right. It was your work on the district that really like influenced our members that month. So yeah, you did amazing.
Thank you.
For the next question, what has been your like all-time favorite Circle K event so far?
Definitely. Now I know I should say district convention because I'm on the
Right,
committee,
right.
but I think like personally it's always been snowshow.
Mm,
Uh, every snowshow always hits differently. I've only been to two, but you know it's some of my favorite memories because you really get to bond with the people um, within the club there, and it's just kind of like 3 nights or 2 nights of wholesome fun with the club. And it's also very close to where I live, so it's not that out of it's not that inconvenient for me to attend
right.
this specific activity when it's not during school during this semester. So that does help a lot.
Awesome. One of my favorite events too. All right. So for the next question, have you found your Circle K moment yet? And if so, what was it or what is it?
I would definitely say that like one of the most defining moments of my Circle K like experience, which I guess would be my Circle K moment, would be probably my very first FTC.
Mm,
Um, it was just a different experience, like being able to go up to NorCal with the club, and this being my first like ever big CKI event. That FTC 2018. Yeah, I have the year right, 2018.
Yeah.
It was the very like it was we won the campfire skit
Right.
award. It was, we got through to go through the whole like ceremony, and it just was a special time for me, especially because I was in the very last car that arrived to FTC. So we arrived past midnight,
Oh man.
and it was just like it was one of the funniest things to me. Just leaving campus at 12, like at a little after 12 noon, and arriving just 12 hours later at
Oh my God.
um,
Yeah.
in NorCal. It was really funny. So I think not necessarily like a single moment at FTC 2018, but just generally the entire experience of being there for the first time.
Nice. One of the most iconic events for any member. So for the next question, what has been your favorite memory throughout like throughout the past term?
Um, I think definitely getting to meet with my committee members throughout the term. Sometimes it like sometimes we'll be very serious. We have to be planning this event,
Yeah.
um, especially back when we thought that we would be able to have this in person.
Oh yeah.
So we were definitely like on top. We tried our best to be on top of things, but every now and then we'd slip into kind of like some sort of insanity moment where we'd just be having fun with each other, and we weren't taking things too seriously.
Hmm.
um, Especially like when we were trying to film a lot of the stuff for like FTC,
All right.
where we
Yeah.
were just being silly with each other, but still trying to get through and planning decon.
Oh, that's sweet. And for this will be the last question. What has one lesson, what is one lesson that you've learned so far during your time in Circle K that you would pass on to like future members?
This sounds really like it sounds very um very pessimistic, I suppose.
No, no
But
worries.
like it really is something like you have to be you have to kind of like ready for yourself for disappointment and rejection sometimes when it comes
Oh
to
yeah.
CKI,
Yeah.
because a lot of the times CKI is one of the best things that will ever happen to you. It really is. But to get to the place where I am right now as graphics chair, um, I had to deal with a lot of rejection
Hmm.
early on in my CKI career. I applied for board but didn't get it. So I was on PR committee as a graphic designer. I applied for decon committee um, last term,
Hmm.
didn't get it. Realized that maybe decorations isn't where I as a because I applied first as actually a decorations chair. Realized that actually my strengths lie in graphic design. So then I reapplied this year but as graphics chair, and I actually got on the committee this time. So I think readying yourself for the fact that sometimes you just won't get the positions you want in CKI, or
Right.
that like you know that you have to ready yourself for those times where you just won't get what you want, real and kind of learning from that and building upon that really helps with your CKI journey, because not every moment will be your CKI moment, obviously.
Yeah.
So as pessimistic as that like generally sounds, still you're like you really want to ready yourself for any disappointment that may come, because CKI has a lot of opportunities, but that also just means that you may get rejected from some of them. But you got to use that to your advantage. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it weren't for the times that I stumbled and didn't get what I wanted.
Right. I 100% agree. That was awesome. And yeah, that'll be it for the interview, Zoe. So yeah, it was a little short, but thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview you, just one-on-one through Zoom. And yeah, for like the rest of you guys watching right now, I hope you guys were able to learn something from Zoe. And yeah, thank you, Zoe, for your
Thank you
contributions
for
to our
having
club.
me. Thank you for making me mom of February. It was my birthday month too, so it was just like a very pleasant way to end the month I was born in. So thank you so much.
All right.
Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the
Yes.
channel if you haven't
Subscribe
already.
to the YouTube channel. And yes, that'll be it.
Oh, hey there! If you enjoyed that video, make sure to like and subscribe to Circle K International at CSUF for more amazing content. See you then!